Droplets falling from the sky begin to crystallize and frost over. As they hit the water-covered earth in Lawton's field, they freeze in impact craters, sending spears of ice and hoarfrost spiking up like blue-white man-traps. Your allies, silhouettes in a choreograph which you observe. As your vision clarifies, like the air itself holding its breath, you see it. The silver skull, grinning its rictus grin. Bits of ice cling to Hearn's stubble, and his eyes are white and white. The gleam of that silver, like a perfect waxed surface of an apple. In a flash, you see a small child and its reflection, a human boy, reaches out for the last crabapple of the spring. Hunger gnaws at his belly. An adult hand bats away his attempt and takes the apple off the branch. You can hear the snip of the fruit leaving its mooring, forever out of reach now. The boy hugs himself, as much out of cold as the churning of his gut. He almost trips on a mound in the alley, unseen. He turns to look, and there, another child on the ground, frozen in the night. The pain is remote, driven off by numbness and fresh powder drifting from a thoughtless sky. He sees his sister, the last of his family, her lips blue and skin sparkling with frozen softness. He looks up at the star and cloud-ridden sky and cannot scream, as winter has robbed him of his voice. The starscape turns and turns. A different set of stars, a different sky, though no less cold. A soldier looks into the cold, dead eyes of a compatriot and enemies alike. Piled alongside him, broken men and women, left to freeze together. The soldier remembers a night in the alley, a similar frozen gaze, and a scream he has hidden for so long comes out in a croak. Tears turn to diamonds on his cheek. He watches his breath plume his last as death approaches. The corpses near him stir. They wrap him in an embrace from beyond. He opens his eyes and sees the empty, unthinking stare of the undead. His undead, summoned from his sleeping power. The winter takes these dead, but not him. The pile of corpses remain to freeze and thaw and decay and return to the earth. A different day, a different season. Flowers and grasses overgrown on this mound of the dead, but not forgotten. A man steps forward out of the night. He remembers this place, a day in which his last breath drew so near. He concentrates and calls them to him, his army, grown from a field left long ago, left barren, save for the dead and him. His army rises from this old battlefield, ready to fight once more. His eyes focus on the horizon ahead. The Scourge of Ziria begins.